Hey everyone, Captain Amazing here, and today I want to talk to you about why you may want to leave your guild. So let's jump in the game. So, you may be asking, why would I want to leave my guild? What would be the reason? What would make you do such a thing? So, first of all, let's talk about why guilds are so important. They have tons of resources that are instrumental in building your account. So, if someone has a low GP for the amount of time played when I'm doing a roster review, one of my first questions is, are you a very casual player or are you in a bad guild? Because it's only one or the other. If you play every day, if you're doing everything that you should, if you're active in all the events that you can, but you're not progressing in this game, the reason may be because you are in a bad guild. You have low participation from your guild mates. You guys are losing every territory war. You guys are doing Hoth or lower TBs, or you guys just aren't getting that raid currency to launch raids, or you're not doing the correct raids to really maximize your potential. And some players may be in have some excellent accounts, but they're being held back by the fact that they are just in a very underutilized or inactive guild. So, first of all, we have our raid currencies. So, raids provide excellent currencies, especially with how these new the raids now, how they're revamped and how they provide Mark 1, Mark 2, and Mark 3 currencies. So, these are rewards are excellent. So, you can get Mark 1 raid tokens, and with those tokens, you buy gear 8 all the way to gear 12 gear. And then the Mark 2 raid tokens, they provide that uh, gear 12 plus pieces, usually on the right side. And then Mark 3 raid tokens, these are pretty much used for higher level higher level relics. I personally use them to get the relic 6, 7, 8 currencies that you need, but some people use them for other things. But essentially, that's how you get higher level of relics very easily. So it's imperative that you are in a guild that is getting good raid participation and also these raid tickets. So if your guild is very small or it's inactive or your players aren't getting the tickets, it's going to extend how long it takes to farm to be able to activate that raid, which greatly inhibits your ability to get raid tokens. So if you aren't getting good raid participation, then it's not you're not really maximizing the potential because that is the main way that you are gearing your characters nowadays. We also have these guild tokens. They're not as important. They provide some pretty useful utility. So you can use them to acquire these chromium transistor pieces. So specifically the Mark 7 Blast Tech weapon mod. This is how I trivialize chromium transistors, and that provides a great source because if you don't use this and buy this piece whenever it's available, then it's not you're gonna have a bottleneck there, and that's another reason why you need good raid or good guild participation. But these are excellent resources, and if you aren't maximizing them, then you're gonna be severely held back by being in a poor guild. Also, another factor that could greatly affect your ability or want to play this game is that social aspect. So if you are in a bad guild, if your guild doesn't have a Discord, if you're not dropping some fire memes on the regular, then what's the point? This game that isn't like another game where we can jump in and play with each other all the time and have a great time like other games nowadays that have that, like first person shooters or MMOs. That's not the involvement we get. The kind of involvement we get is the kind of involvement that we put in with our guild, in our communities, and having that great Star Wars based structure where we can really talk about what we love or whatever it else that is interesting in your guild. So if your guild isn't socially a great place to hang out with, if they don't match your energy or your activeness in this game, you may want to find a new guild. And that's fine. And what I've noticed is as a very active player, it was about every 6 months that I would grow out of a guild. And that's fine. It's just the guild is so instrumental for providing currencies that you need in this game to progress, especially TBs, territory wars, and raids. That if you aren't really maximizing them and getting great participation and rewards, then it's probably time for you to find a new guild and find a guild that actually matches uh, your level of playing. Uh, don't let sunk cost fallacy result in you staying in a bad guild because it's going to really hold you back. And there's so many players that I review their accounts and they don't have malevolence or negotiator, or they're hurting, or they don't have any of these TB characters like Watt, Cam, or Riva because they didn't join a good guild, and they felt like, oh, I just became an officer and I felt like I should improve my guild, but it was always around, like 20, 30, 40 players, but we still didn't have good participation. If you're dragging it out like that, you're really holding back the potential of your account. Continue to grow, change out your guild, and then if you find a home that you love where your whole guild is participating and you're participating and they're growing with you, then that's excellent. Stay in that guild, grow with them, get strong together. But if your guild is holding you back, if you're not getting the participation that you need to progress, then it's probably time for you to move on to another guild. Also, this is a little weirder one, but if you're just having conflict, like if you're just not gelling with your guildmates and there's a lot of like drama, then hey, maybe it's time to just move on, find a new guild, find a new home, and be carefree. But if you notice that that's happening all the time, maybe look inward because generally most of these guilds are pretty laid back. We're all older people who just want to play a game, a Star Wars mobile game, and have a great time. So be chill, love each other, enjoy this game. Thanks. If you like this content, go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment of a situation of why you may have left a guild or when you feel like it's a good time to change your guild. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Take care.